I've recently fixed over 100 Saab 9.3 ECUs, and I'm about to show you how we diagnose and fix one of these. I've already installed the defective ECU and of course half programmed into this vehicle. Now this is unusual, but without turning the key, I can turn on the vehicle. That's not supposed to happen. When I turn the key only to the on position, and the moment I press down on the clutch, the vehicle turns on. If I keep the clutch pressed in, I also get an awful sound from the engine. There are two diagnostic tests I want to run. Number one, I want to check for fault codes. We're going to be using the OBD-Link SX cable from Amazon for 49 bucks, which comes with the free OBD Wiz software. According to our scan, we have two fault codes, P0034 and P0498, both of which are due to this bad ECU. There are a couple reasons why this might be happening, so let's remove the ECU and open it up. I've skipped ahead and already opened up the ECU, but before we get started, a quick warning. I don't actually recommend you try and fix one of these yourself. They do require advanced tools and soldering skills. This video is more for educational purposes. Now, typically for this fault, we usually will want to reball the processor chip right here. However, we notice something unusual, and that is going to be this IC chip right over here. If we zoom in on it with our microscope, we will see that it's actually burnt up a little bit. Now, obviously, we know that this chip is going to be a problem, but before we replace it, let's do that second diagnostic test. Using our infrared camera, we're going to check the inside of the ECU for hot spots. And we can clearly tell there's a hot spot on that chip. So at this point, we have confirmed beyond a reasonable doubt that this chip is defective and does need to be replaced, so let's do that next. To desolder the chip, I typically like to start by adding new solder to the chip. This will help with better flow. We'll add a little bit of flux as well. Now we'll use our hot air in combination with the soldering iron. Okay, now we'll go ahead and remove the extra solder. And I'm gonna try to be fast because the board is warm, so it'll be easier to desolder while it's still hot. And now using alcohol and a Q-tip, we'll get rid of that extra flux we added. And now that we've removed the majority of the flux, let's get rid of any of the leftover fibers. We'll use a toothbrush this time. For the installation, we're gonna start by adding just a little bit of solder to one of the pads. And we're gonna slide the chip in. Try to line it up best we can. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's lock in the opposite side. And I'm gonna lock in just a couple extra pins. There we go. We'll add a little more flux. And now we can solder the rest of the pins. Let's give that a quick clean, again with some isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip. Okay, and it looks like I actually got a little bit of delamination, which has caused some shorts on some of the pins, but that is normal. That's okay for those shorts to be there. And what I'm referring to is these 4 pins over here, and the reason it's okay is because they're all on the same exact pad. With my tool, we're gonna just poke at them and rake the pins to make sure that they're all soldered in correctly. If any of the pins bend or move, that means I didn't solder them down correctly, but it looks like I did. Okay, let's bring the ECU back to the vehicle for a live test and see if we've resolved the issue. Okay, the key is on the on position. I am gonna press in the clutch. The car is not starting on. We're gonna turn the key on. Car is starting. I'm gonna press the clutch in. and we're still not having issues. All right, let's go ahead and reconnect. Nothing's getting hot. The chip is staying cool. Recheck for diagnostics, and we've cleared our codes. I think we have a successful repair. While this chip was the initial issue, we also did reball the processor because that processor does commonly fail. And if we hadn't, it'd be possible that this ECU would come back for warranty repairs within the next year. If you're interested in finding out more about how we do the reball process, you can check out this video next. If you found the video helpful or useful, leave us a like, subscribe for more content. And if you have one of these that you'd like to send in, I'll have links in the description down below to our website where we offer flat rate services with 1-year warranties. Thanks for watching.